Hi, this is Jocelyn from Eugene'sBest.tv, and today I have a pleasure to introduce Deb Elder from the Flippin Lyme Foundation. And let me tell you how I met her. I met her at the Eugene Oregon Facebook group when I asked, everyone to mention their name and what they do and be on my list of the people that I want to refer business with. But anyway, she posted about Lyme disease, and actually it's something that is so near and dear to my heart, because I want to find something that will help the community as a whole to find solution to their illness or whatever they are suffering from. There's a lot of people here who are suffering from pain, and having pain always affecting your daily life. It's not good. It leads to a lot of other problems when you have disease, when you can't go to work because you're always ill. So it really affects your household, and especially your financial situation, because if you can't work, that means to say no one will pay you, right? So but anyway, so this is Debbie from the Flippin Lyme Foundation, and let's ask her why she wants to educate the people about Lyme disease and Venom therapy.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on the show. It's really great to meet you and to network with you and all of your listeners online, and that I hope this really reaches not only the Eugene Oregon County community, but it goes worldwide.
Yes.
Let's make that happen. I'm on board with that. So basically, I think I was probably born with some pathogens in me, because a lot of these are actually congenital. You can be born with them. And then as I got older, about 3-4 years ago, I really fell down super sick. I had fibromyalgia for 30 years and been down that road, chronic pain and all sorts of stuff. So the more I learned about what was happening with me, the more I had to look at pathogens. And when I say pathogens, I talk about mostly Lyme disease, but it could be Babesia or Bartonella or ehrlichiosis, Rocky Mountain spotted fever. These are all pathogens that are being transmitted by ticks and mosquitoes and fleas and bed bugs and spiders, and even horseflies. And so we have a flyway here in Eugene where the birds migrate down to Mexico from Canada, and they drop insects on us. So we're surrounded with these pathogens. That's just the facts of life. And there's a lot of pushback and lacking of medical care in the current medical community, and there's a lot of argument about, does Lyme exist or does it not? And it does. But I kept looking at different treatments, and I've networked. I've got thousands of friends all over the nation with Lyme disease. I'm pretty well connected with the community, and a lot of our treatments just are not that effective. And part of it is when you've been sick for more than 6 months with pathogens, they hide in this biofilm where they can't be reached by your immune system or by antibiotics. So that's hard to treat, and that's where you get a chronic illness. And we see this a lot in MS patients and fibro patients, people with arthritis or RA, chronic pain, neuropathy, brain fog, and of course Lyme disease.
Oh my God!
So
I'm getting that. Oh my God! Yeah, there are times that I feel like I'm having a brain fog because I just can't think. No matter what I do, I will just stare at the computer. It just blank. So yes, I know a lot of stuff, but if it's not coming out, then it's useless. Meaning to say, I'm spending a lot of time studying and reading, listening to podcasts, videos, etc., etc. But if I can't apply it because it's not coming out from my head, then it's useless. And I've been feeling that. It's like on a daily basis, I'm constantly tired. It's like, what's going on with me? I just can understand.
It's very common, unfortunately. That brain fog and cognition problems. A lot of that, in its worst condition, ends up to be Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, for example. And those are all have roots in pathogens. You know, Dr. Alan McDonald, who runs the he's a pathologist for the Harvard Brain Bank, has looked at Alzheimer's brains for years. He says he's never found an Alzheimer's brain that didn't have a positive test for Lyme disease. That's 100%. So, you know, if we don't treat these pathogens, then they migrate in the body, they move around, they set up bigger nests and fortifications, and then, you know, as you get older, your hormones drop down, and that just gives them an advanced degree to take over.
Oh,
and
my
so
goodness.
your symptoms may change throughout your lifetime. So what I want to do is get you guys pathogen smart. So I want you to be aware of pathogens and to be focused on treating them, you know, have a good organic paleo diet that's clean, so that as your body can heal itself and you get a stronger immune system, you're protected against more of this damage. But we're going to get down to the meat of this, and that is that I think everybody ought to seriously look at bee venom therapy. It's very inexpensive. You can grow it in your backyard. It's going to kill all these pathogens. It's going to poke holes in that biofilm community like no other treatment I've ever seen. And it causes them to collapse. It'll actually dissolve scar tissue in the body. So it gives your body a chance to renormalize. And, you know, our advanced patients will actually sting their head, and that takes care of that brain fog. I mean, you'll just end it.
Wow.
It's really remarkable. We're going to get you stinging. That'll be another video down the road.
I actually wanted to, you know, do that, because anything that is natural, I'm on it. You know, and bee pollen or bee or honey bee, whatever comes from the bee, it's not just a century old. It's like, you know, it's been there. It's been a cure for many diseases and other illnesses, as in way back to the generation of even Jesus' generation. It's been, you know, being used as a therapy to, you know, cure.
Even the Egyptians used honey because they found honey in the tombs of the Egyptians.
That's right.
So this is really ancient medicine.
Ancient, that's the root word.
Yes, exactly. It's very ancient medicine. You know, I was telling you earlier, in like the 1920s, we just put our arms around big pharma and here's a pill to fix whatever your, you know, malady is in your system. And we kind of got used to that, you know, and that's what we kind of came to. Well, I think finally our community is coming around to say, we're not going to do that so much anymore. And the people that are getting on bee venom, I mean, I hear constantly these most remarkable stories where people recover, they get back to work, they start engaging with their family life again, you know, they start taking care of their yard again. One gal, 5 weeks, started playing basketball with her kids again, and that really meant a lot to her family. So we see some really remarkable recoveries in people who do this. So we do have a proven protocol. My friend Amber Rose, and I'll show her book briefly. Amber Rose learned how to do bee venom therapy from Charlie Marantz, and Charlie Marantz was the founder of the American Apitherapy Society. So she's very well connected, and she's one of my main mentors. And she has a really safe protocol for how we start. We make sure everybody has an EpiPen. We want them to have some Benadryl on hand so that if they have a little too much histamine, they can manage that. And then we'll grab a bee and we'll do a testing on your back. We stay below the neck and above the waist, and then we'll scrape that stinger off after about 5 seconds and make sure the person can breathe and talk. True anaphylactic shock is when you can't breathe. So most of us are going to get what's called a histamine response, and that's what we want. That's what promotes healing.
Okay.
So
yes, they're saying, you know, you need to go through the pain, because sometimes that pain, it's about, you know, removing that, you know, the thing that causes us to get ill, and they are saying that, you know, you're going to feel worse before you get better, and you just need to get over it, because that's the way it is. So if you're, you know, afraid of getting sting, you know, but you can go back to, you know, doctor and get your blood drawn all the time. So it's worse than it's
well, it's really pretty easy. Number one, we have control of the bee, so we know where she's going to sting you. We can ice that place first to make it not sting so much, and then you can, you know, put a little ice on it later. It really, the pain is for about 30 to 60 seconds.
I can deal with that.
See? And then after that, what happens is the adrenal glands realize that there's a foreign toxin in your system, and so it stimulates your lymph system to flood that area with fluid, so you get swelling. Well, that helps to dilute the chemical of the venom, and then the blood will flow to that area and heat it up, and that will cause the chemical change of the venom. That's the histamine response. Well, in order for your body to do that, you have to have enough vitamin C, and so we take like 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day, and then that supports your adrenal glands. But that process actually is what kills the pathogens, and the venom will kill the bacteria, the virus, and the parasites, all three.
Wow.
So it's been used very successfully to treat MS for over 20 years. It's curing HIV in patients that were positive before that are negative now. It's treated cancer in patients. You can actually sting a tumor or around a cancer area, and it'll shrink over time. I personally have seen this.
Wow.
It's really remarkable medicine.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I can't wait to, you know, do my own.
Well, come over. We'll do some testings on you. We'll get you started. But it's absolutely remarkable.
So how many times do I need to get sting?
We end up. We'll start you off, and we do 3 sting sessions a week. So people can pick like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it takes about half an hour or so to do a sting session. It's really, it doesn't take very long. And then we start a person off with like 1 sting per session, and then we'll gradually build them up to 10. And then you'll stay at that. If you're a Lyme patient, you want to do that for like 2 to 3 years. Now, actually today is my 2-year anniversary doing this.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we just did a whole litany of new IGeneX tests on me, and every single one of them came back negative. Every single one. So it's almost like a cancer patient being confirmed that they're in remission now. So we can't find any detectable traces of Lyme or my Babesia or other co-infections in me. And so it's just been a remarkable journey. My pain level's way down, my activity's up, I sleep great, you know. And,
wonderful. So, okay, before we end this session, could you please explain again what is Lyme disease?
Lyme disease is a bacterial infection mostly. There's about 300 species of Lyme disease. Unfortunately, your medical doctor or primary care doctor will test for about 4. So it's often negatively tested even though you're a positive patient. If you have a co-infection, Babesia, Bartonella, Ehrlichiosis, Anaplasma, you're a Lyme patient. Because you can't have a co-infection without having Lyme. But more so, if you're symptomatic, you know, really with MS, Parkinson's, fibromyalgia, arthritis, those are all have roots in these pathogens. So, I mean, you can spend a lot of time and money testing, and you may or may not get results. At the end of the day, I would prefer to just sting you. I mean, even if you don't have symptoms and you're perfectly healthy, this is cheap medical insurance. So, I mean, you know, you can, if you have a healthy partner and you're sick, both of you ought to sting so that you'll both stay healthy, and the sick person will get healthy. Now, I also sting my cat. And I have family members, you know, people that do this. They sting their dogs too, and this is used on horses because all these mammals will transmit pathogens. And when you get the patient well and then the pet is sick, the flea jumps from the cat onto you, bites you, you're going to get sick again. So it's important that it's not just ticks that are carrying these pathogens. That it's just every single biting insect can do this. You can get it sexually, and you can be born with it. So that's most of us walking around the earth right now that are exposed. So I want you to sting for help.
Okay, so last thing, tell me more about the Flippin Lyme Foundation.
I founded the Flippin Lyme Foundation to help educate people about bee venom therapy, I want to just leave the world a healthier place. I've seen too many. I know you're on board with that too. Same mission. We know schizophrenia and people on the street have Lyme pathogens. We know that depression's related to Lyme, suicides are related to Lyme, all the illnesses that we talked about, and many more are related to these pathogens. So I see people all the time that lose their house to foreclosure. They're in bankruptcy. They're in divorce court. They're losing their kids because they just physically can't keep their family together.
Exactly.
We see a lot of anger in people, Lyme rage it's called. People can't control their emotions. And all of these are symptoms of a sicker community. We're seeing an increase in autism, which we think has a lot of roots in Lyme. So this is affecting our entire community. And while I have a political arm to me, I go to national protests and I get involved in Lyme legislation. For me, the heart of the matter is that I want to pick up the people that are sick and really need help and stand them back on their feet and dust them off and give them a chance to have a good life again.
Aww.
And we can do that with Venom.
Oh my God. This lady could be the answer to your health problems. So contact Deb.
Join us. The Flippin Lyme Foundation.
Yes. Flippin Lyme Foundation.
You can find us online.
Yeah, find her online. And in closing, I would like to thank her for coming today so that, you know, we can introduce you to the bee venom therapy. And if you want to get started, contact Debbie.
Yep. Give me a holler. I'll help you out. You can come to the house. I live here in Eugene. I grow my own bees, so if you want to eventually do this yourself at home, you can even come over and buy bees from me. It's a lot of fun, and you're going to have people knocking on your door going, I can't believe how great I feel after just like 30 days of this. It's remarkable. It's the most remarkable thing I've ever experienced. So. Okay.
So watch us again on our next video where she will be going to sting me.
Get your sting on, baby.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm afraid with bees and I'm afraid with being stung.
You know what?
But I will do it.
That's okay, because it means that you learn to be afraid of bees, which means you can learn to be unafraid of bees. You have the capacity to learn.
Yay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. It's about to go out and say goodbye for now, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.